Karley, you are standing with Matt Lepay, the voice of the Badgers.
Hey, Caroline and Amber. Yeah, Wisconsin's taking on James Madison right here at the Barclays Center. Tonight, I'm pleased to be joined by the voice of the Badgers, Matt Lepay. First of all, Matt just got inducted into the WBA Hall of Fame, so congratulations on that, and thanks for joining me. What's it like being behind the mic in March?
You never take it for granted. I remember way back when they finally made the tournament in 1994 after 47 years of not just taking it in, and I've always tried to remember that. They're there far more often than not these days, but you don't know how long these are going to last. So hopefully for Wisconsin's sake, it'll last a while, but you just don't assume that they're going to make it every year. You can't do that. It's too hard.
It's been an up and down season for Wisconsin, but what do you feel like is special about this year's team?
I think the fact that they persevered, it's kind of weird, Karley, because nobody wants to lose games, but maybe in some ways going through what this team went through in February has helped them. They played well the last couple games of the regular season. Obviously, they played really well last week in Minneapolis. Now the trick is to bottle that starting tonight. It doesn't guarantee you play well in your conference tournament. That doesn't guarantee you're going to play well in this tournament. But if they do, if they play the way they did in Minneapolis, then I think they're going to be a very, very tough team to beat.
What stands out to me about the team is it was a roller coaster, but they never got too high and never got too low. Every time we went to practice, they were the same. Did you feel that same way?
Yeah, they've got kind of a knucklehead factor, and I say that in a good way because they're a very close-knit group, or at least they seem to be. And you're right, they never think they're on top of the world when they were rolling early in the season, and they never thought that they were horrible when they lost 8 of 11. Because with one exception, the games were either or. So the coaches have always stressed to these guys, remember how good you are when you're playing at a high level for what you are as a team. And what they did in December and January, and they didn't lose sight of that. So again, for their sake, you hope that they can continue to play the way they played in Minneapolis against James Madison, and then whoever lies ahead on Sunday if they get there.
Let's talk about this James Madison team. The national media, a lot of them have it as an upset tonight. What stands out to you about them?
A lot of shooters. They'll always have 4 on the floor who can hit the 3. They're a very good three-point shooting team. Noah Friedel, who's a transfer from South Dakota State, is probably the most dangerous. He wears number 1. Catch, shoot. He's not wasting any time, so you got to get on him quickly. They're not a tall team, but they're not afraid to be physical either. They've got some athleticism. Terrence Edwards, number 5, very athletic wing, their leading scorer. There's a reason they've won 31 games, 13 in a row. They might be a little bit different than what Wisconsin sees in the Big Ten, but they're a very skilled group.
You talk about them not having a lot of size. How big of a game is it for guys like Steven Krall?
Well, it's going to be interesting for both sides. I mean, for Steve, he's not going to be looking up at a 7'4" guy like Zach Edey, but maybe some guys who move around a little bit. So they probably will present challenges for him, but hopefully he will present challenges for them because the ability to throw the ball into the low post and then he can do a little damage there. We know he can pass it, but I think the coaches like to see him a little bit more assertive, looking to score. We saw some of that in Minneapolis. I think they're going to need some of that. They like to shoot the 3 too, but they have to do it inside out. And maybe Stevie can maybe loosen up some things with what he does inside to open up opportunities outside.
All right, Matt, thanks so much. You're the best. We're looking forward to hearing you on the call tonight. And the game is at 8:40 p.m. tonight. Late tip for the Badgers. Live in Brooklyn, I'm Karley Marotta for 27 News. Back to you.